Joining me now, Kevin Frey, Washington correspondent for New York One. Kevin, good morning. Where would you like to start? Which piece of the flooded zone
I think,
should we begin with?
I mean, maybe there's even a better phrase for this variation, which might be move fast and break things, to just steal something from Silicon Valley and Elon Musk effectively, because to kind of bounce off of what Senator Smith was just saying earlier in the segment, essentially there's so much going on that at least Democrats are starting to argue that this is shielding and distracting from the potential damage that Elon Musk is doing to the bureaucratic infrastructure underneath the entire federal government.
And that, of course, part of this is, is that it is hard to talk about some of these, the bureaucracy is fundamentally boring.
Correct.
Right? But they do a lot of really important things. And you saw Democrats yesterday. I want to show a little bit of, there was a press conference. We've seen Democrats struggle to figure out, right, how to oppose Donald Trump this second time around. Let's take a little bit of a look at how they were trying to do it yesterday. Watch this.
When we open up the Senate every single morning, we don't pledge allegiance to the billionaires. We don't pledge allegiance to Elon Musk.
No one elected Elon Musk to make any decisions about getting my county, my city, my state. There is an economic coup happening right here in the Treasury. We're here today in the hopes that you will see the light. But if you do not see the light, we will bring the fire. Resist!
Resist, of course, the tagline of the opposition from the previous Trump administration. But at the same time, they don't have any recourse right now. I mean,
effectively, no. I mean, Senator Schumer and Congressman Jeffries were facing a lot of pressure over the past 2 weeks to try to figure out how the heck do you navigate this. And I believe at least Schumer was at that press rally last night outside of the Treasury. Yesterday, they laid out essentially like a four-part principled plan, which was litigation, legislation, trying to appeal to public sentiment, which they cite essentially the withdrawing on the plan to freeze federal government spending as an example of how that might have worked last week, because that's a little more tangible and understandable for folks across the country. And then also providing some degree of oversight. But because they're not in charge of committees, they can't really dictate what Congress is focusing on. One thing I did ask yesterday at this press conference with Jeffries and Schumer was, is Elon Musk moving so fast through, to quote myself, the bureaucratic infrastructure? Can you possibly keep up with this? And there wasn't really an answer on that front. The one other thing I will add is that you mentioned that it's more floodwaters than before. Some of that seems to be because whether Trump wanted to acknowledge it or not, the Project 2025 blueprint has provided a pretty fundamental game plan for how to address some of these things, because there has been so many pieces of that have been adopted by this administration.
All right. Kevin Frey for us this morning. Sir, thanks very much for being here. I appreciate it.